has been the one that has blown me away, other than when it went to 48 rounds.
The deadlock and ascent. Well, I mean, you've obviously been reading the PDF. Fair enough. As it comes in to the barriers up, it's an immediate battle around middle, and BBL, the one's looking good. A lot of damage done, but the same can be said for KC, as Aves was down to a sliver of health and will quickly be dispatched to 1-0 in this A site. They've made the read correctly. The freeze from KC has not found them any success. Salvo's finding one, sociable with another. His rifle in hand, his SMG more so, and Zagetsu's left down to just 2. Thanks to Profex spam. This one is pretty much locked in. The question of damage, I mean, 2 players already fallen. A good opportunity if Zagetsu could get some more. And I like that he's just left the spike. He's going to go walkabouts. I'd be surprised if it catches him off guard. He's going to need to land a couple of shots with that classic without taking any damage.
I like this. Yuppie's just gone, all right, you want to go around the world? I'm just going to shut the door on you. So you basically have to make noise at this stage. Still trying to sell a ruse, but realistically, the second this glass breaks, it should be all she wrote. And there you go. Evan's aggression hasn't been spotted just yet, but eventually makes the call to fall back at least a little bit. Doesn't have the dash available, already being tagged up by the drone, and I think he's just going to have to potentially use that dash just to try and cross back out of there. No, it keeps it for later in the round, but I guess saving it for a rainy day. Even still though, 40 seconds left on this clock, and now we start to see that move in towards middle. Pressure being put onto Yumpy. This is the sort of worry when you don't have that extra sentinel, that sometimes your delay can be that little bit tougher to hold on to, but it really is hesitant right now from the side of KC. They're finally making their move, and that opener could be the difference.
Nice shot by Levin. He gets out as well. No, he goes back for more. It's a little greedy. Pays the price. 12 seconds. Salvo's in. Time ticking away. And the reposition down under, it might actually net them a kill. Zagetsu's cleared it and found Profec. The plant is secure. Just about in the nick of time, that spike lands on the site, and so a 2v3, an uphill battle. Yumpy with a rifle. He could consider carrying this through to the next, but I think his teammate only has, oh indeed, it's a sheriff and the recovered outlaw. Whether they want to put that to work, yes they do. That was damn close. And the outlaw now with a great opportunity, but he's gone for the bulldog. He'd swapped over the weaponry, and perhaps that's his downfall.
They're doing the same here with Yumpy. Sure, you can have the supportive salvos if they're online, but he doesn't have a whole lot of delay. That's pretty much all of it gone.
And they're not looking to slow it down. KC are taking the space right after. Cam spots one. Yumpy under pressure, has to fall back to try to cancel out some of that utility. Stop them from having anything to blitz out with, and they'll wait it out. It's going to buy time. Levin finds one. That's the mid lurk completely dealt with. This two-pronged approach now becomes just one. Much more linear, much easier for BBL to shut down, and Yumpy has caught 2, 3. In fact, through the cage was the first 2, and that's 3-1 for BBL. And then
because Sugetsu falls in middle, and that makes it so easy for the players left on that BBL side. And well, that was very close to an immediate death. The peso being picked up, sociable under serious pressure, and he will fall from it. This leaves again that solo defender of just Yumpy.
He did well last time, but they were walking out through a cage. He had everything set up for him. This time he's going to do it of his own grit ahead of the flash. Beautiful nice peek! Yumpy! Back-to-back 3Ks! And
I think last round might have been a hero rifle. I think it was just Martine, and then I think everyone else had pistols. So it's...
Oh, you'd be right after the 3-1, of course. Sorry. The struggles of no hood and the struggles of losing Martine early about to be shown to us. They have...
Did Martine get revealed, or did he catch him over the edge of the smoke? Because that, from my perspective, that literally looked like someone, like, Sociable just spammed smoke and got an immediate kill.
That's what I saw. I guess there's no telling. A 4v4 that they've ended up in. Good response. Being able to shut down one player towards mid. The gap in that smoke. A nice little angle Sugetsu's trying to exploit from up top. But he won't be able to pick up the kill. Seeing two players aggress in A main, though, tells them that maybe short, maybe tree is that little bit more open. But now they know it's not. Two pieces of utility come flying through. Surely you have to just concede.
Oh, they've done well. Elite being able to catch out Sociable. They'll get the information, and again, they're going to try and push. Now, this is the third time I've said this. There's only one man on this B site that has to try and hold on.
He can't do it again, surely. Maybe he won't be given the opportunity. Magnum, good for the first and the second. Magnum, oh, he's jealous. He saw what Yumpy did, and he wants to copy, but he'll only find the two. Still, that makes it a much easier task for the player on site. 15 seconds, spike still underway. In fact, all Yumpy needs to do is drop this spike to the floor, and now it's the last man standing. The round's done. The round is done. There is no way Sugetsu gets away with this. Yumpy's come barreling in with 2 barrels of a shorty. It's 5-1 in favor of BBL. Unbelievable performance.
Close it and just go and fight Yumpy, but instead they take individual fights versus Magnum, and hey, like, he'll take that all day long. And then Yumpy again just does exactly what's needed of him already. It looked like that might have been some Levin kills, but it wasn't. Martin has done well on the other side, but it ends up being a quick cleanup. Only Sugetsu with a Sheriff, who can be deadly, but he needs 3.
And he won't find anything.
Yeah, well, they haven't walked in to what I would say is the Lion's Den just yet. Yumpy, by the way, is on this side of the map. He has not been here the entirety so far. Well, maybe that was the play. Overwhelm him. They've also managed to catch out another. Levin just tanks the Hunter's Fury, and he gets a second kill for it. Somehow they brought this one back from the depths, and bear in mind, you mention it, that Armageddon is available. Planting here, they're almost going to try and bait out. I think they know that there's a realistic chance that somebody's going to be pushing in this direction. They try and re-aggress, but they lose every single fight. Right time, but it is madness that they managed to, because the thing with the A site that you always have to deal with. Oh, okay. But you always have to deal with Prophet. That's what I was going to say. The long and the short of it. This time he's gone walkabouts, and he's met his demise by Elite. So from a 2-man disadvantage off Levin's openers to a man advantage, they're heading into the A site. They're heading into Magnum again. Surely he can't have the same sort of reaction. He's hit 2 of them already with the ult. They're so low, but they're still going to fight him, and they're going to win.
Yeah, Sadic's flash just saved them. Both players so low. One spam could have taken them down, and you almost have to think that maybe just spraying there while you're blind would have been the play. Tries to get back into cover, but couldn't make it away. Plant now secured. HP regenerated. That decay no longer in play. And Yumpy, well, we've seen him need a 3K before to save the round. It's going to be exactly the same scenario this time. Man, the positions, the cam for early info. Oh, I love that he baits it out, but between the spam from down below and the peak, that those are things they will. That's not the kind of thing I expect to see again on this map, right? The ship's about to be tightened up. I'm looking to get the wind back in their sails. No aggression early on from this defensive side. Magnum has a smoke to play around, and even then it's the Prowler sent through to jump spot in B main. It's a passive peek by Levin. Eventually he'll go out. He's using his dash here. They know there's players close. That dash is about to run out. Oh, even the paranoia to put pressure on, but not really close. Oh my god, they're going. Never mind. There's the aggression. The stun went in. The peaks go through, but it's a 2-for-2 trade.
I know exactly where you are.
The thing is, I feel like at this point the defense have been okay with that. They've been okay with sort of playing on an even footing, because that's what this comp almost relies on. Once again, they're going to put the pressure onto Yumpy, and while Magnum's been caught this time, he has been the thorn in their side all the way through, and I think they made the decision, you know what, Yumpy on B, I don't want it. I don't want to fight that man again. I don't want to play against him when he's in his hobbit hole. Instead, they're going to walk into Prophet. I said he always has his moments in these matches. On this A site, he could be devastating, but not this time. Sugetsu has put him in the dirt, leaving Yumpy with a long rotation back to the A site and another 1v3 to attempt.
Yeah, still that Cypher to play up against, so the camera is going to be spotting him as he makes his way through. He's learned his lesson about going through heaven, I think. It doesn't quite work with that reveal. But I don't think anywhere's quite going to work here. KC have got that nailed down. Static with contact and if...
Yeah. The problem is, though, that is what you get with this triple issue. Where is Prophet going? It's an absurd play. Oh, the thing is, they only had, like, I think a rifle or two into this round, so it looks incredibly cool, but when you get immediately traded out with no escape, it doesn't quite have the value that you might have hoped for. It's definitely, clearly just got into the heads of KC that, all right, if they're willing to TP through B main into a smoke to try and set play us, they're not just doing that in this round. There has to be more to this.
Oh, Martin as well. Really nice kill picked up on Dissociable. That's the advantage now, even more so in favor of that attacking side. An uphill battle in a bit for these players, and it seems like KC learned their lesson as well, that the B site's off limits. You can't be going there, not when you're seeing the kind of performances we have from Yumpy and Magnum.
30 seconds left.
And again, they will gravitate towards the A site. This time a difference. Levin's been dead on mid. Almost every time they've gone for the play. There's been a knife to put in on A. It's not there. That Blade Storm sat up top. It has a chance.
It's a one and done spot, though. It really shouldn't be getting anything more than that. The element of surprise. He's kind of hoping that maybe somebody gets a little bit aggressive while his teammates rotate in. And now he's finally going to reveal himself. But by this point, they're kind of expecting players to come in from that angle. Nice work, at least. The patience paying off. But clearing these players from underneath is not going to be the easiest. The problem is the spike's not necessarily planted in the greatest spot for these remaining players of KC. It's going to try and bait out somebody from underneath, and that's exactly what he's done. One goes his way, but he needs a little bit more. Clears the second, and now they're just trying to find out where Sugetsu is, but that time is ticking away. Needs to try and defend this one. I don't know if he's going to get it. It's going to be incredibly close in the end, and not quite. 0.12. I think Levin actually let go of that. Yeah, really good recovery. I think being a little bit more patient in the mid rounds. I think defaulting back towards the A site at the end of rounds as well. They've had a lot more success, and not being caught out by some of these individualistic plays that have been coming through has definitely made the difference. An aggressive position already taken by Prophet, though. He's not at the best time holding within the A site, so has opted to hold a little bit more aggressively, leave that job to Magnum, who's just basically taken a straight up contact play. The fact is, though, this does seem like a bit of a ruse, as they now do look to hit back towards that B site where they've had those same struggles.
Oh, nice shots by Sociable, and Levin chimes in for one as well. Good flash. Yumpy capitalizes on his own blind. And a 4 versus 2. I thought they'd learned their lesson, Tom. I thought they knew the B site was off limits. Big mistake, though. They've gone right past Sugetsu. Pizza not being cleared in the slightest. And this, oh, it could be the beginning of the end for this B site hold. 12 seconds, though. Spike recovered. TP taken. But it's right onto the A site. Easy cancellation. No way for the plant to come through. And the round is secured again. The B site, the kryptonite of this KC attack. And the KD, the only thing to be recovered at this point. Sugetsu picking up one, but the half is already over. And Yumpy already on him. 8-4 in the end. But a bit of a resurgence from KC has given them at least a chance. Not quite a foothold on the map just yet. And the pistol could make the difference. Magnum's already picked up the opening, though, as BBL accelerate towards this B site. It worked out wonderfully for them on the defense. No surprise they want to take the fight here on the attack. Let's see if KC can replicate some of that magic from the first half, and it doesn't look like it. The defense of B crumbles.
Yeah, this is already looking pretty bleak. All the remaining players towards the site itself, and an abundance of regenerative utility that can pretty much put them in the dirt the second they look to try and round the corner. Sociable's got to be careful. He's actually spammed out. A nice shot from Martin. But all the while that time is ticking. They need to get a move on. Through the smoke they go. Levin, Yumpy on the other side, and well, they will get nothing done. Even with both players low on HP, that's a 9th round now for B.
That they've had already. 2 players still outside B here. Oh, it's curious that they're spread so thin, just hoping that they can find the stack if there is one.
Asugatsu's taken a bit of a chunk of damage. Seems like Yumpy is just gonna sell himself to the wolves, hoping that somebody will give him the angle, expecting there to be a stack here, and he was right, but the only goal really was to try and bait them into the open. It's only a sheriff that's been lost, and now the rest of the players are starting to make their presence known on B. The call has been made by Martin, though. They are hightailing it, or at least they were, but as nothing else has been shown, I think they've started to doubt the presence of this squad on this side of the map.
Yeah, it looked like the right read, and I was with you there, but they canceled the rotation. Played it back in the other direction. Door closed. It's time for Martin to strike, and how he gets 2 there, I do not know. Now a 2 versus 2. Damage done to Cypher, but a real chance for them to have some sort of say in this round. Even still, damage is done, but that felt like it could have went in the other direction. 10-4. A win in this round, well, that would cement BBL. Bring us to a map 2. Martin's put to bed at least the advantage that the attackers were hoping to find. 1 player down already, but they've got the control through mid. The Prowler tanking the trap, and the players walking through as a result, embedded as Magnum, hoping to catch them rotating back through. Pressure on Market as the walkout comes in, and very nearly Elite was left in the dirt. They've spotted Magnum too. All the snakes being cleared from the grass. Someone's called St. Patrick, and it's a 5 versus 2 that I don't see them having any chance in, locked inside a main.
Sociable's desperately hoping to find his Turkish counterpart on the other side with a little bit of mind control, reading where he went, but shots are not to land, and now leaving Prophet. 1 versus 5. Everything still to find in this one, and realistically, very unlikely that they're going to get anything done here. Sadak at least is pretty low on HP, but the off angle, and he will keep things squeaky clean in the end.
A little bit of a gap, but either way, they won't go swinging too deep and give those players deeper in main a chance to pick them off. KC now with a lot of information to play with. They're going to clear out short in a second, and seeing that this is fully clear, the rotations would come into this B site. But they need a pick to fall back on. They very much need Martin to grab one.
All 5 players currently making their way through main. Martin has been caught by every single piece of utility, but Elite has stopped them at the door. He's denied them getting that opener. 3 players at the back side already for the side of KC. They have got the read spot on, and we're clearing them out from this spot. Shouldn't be easy at all. In fact, Sociable's already dropped.
30 seconds left.
They're going to commit. Maybe not knowing how many players are still here. 20 seconds. Their chance to go elsewhere fading quickly, but the flank coming through. The longer this time goes down, the less likely they're going to have any chance. 14 seconds. They need to go. And on the way in, it's a frenzy of kills in favor of KC. A 3-piece pickup. And another round for the defensive side.
Got the opener, retreated back with, I think, taking basically no damage. Ended the round with a 3K, and definitely make that one a lot tougher for them to get in with. And I think that's going to be integral. That the value of that Sentinel being shown, and it allows this KC side to bolster up other portions of the map, which is what they're doing right now with 3 players sat around A.
All missiles away.
Well, although the salvos are forcing a fight, it's not getting the reaction they expected. Martin just goes walking forward, confident in taking the fight. The Outlaw picks off one. Door broken open. Players spotted towards this B site. Deep flash thrown through as well, but it's all a ruse. It's all a fake Magnum. A lamb to the slaughter here. He'll be spotted by the knife. He'll be seen going into the corner, and he'll be taken out by Martin. But it's left Sagetsu alone on the other side of the map, and the shots don't land. He's picked off. That rifle potentially retrieved. They don't want to go up too aggressive, especially with the info coming in on the other side. So the rifle remains on the floor.
Yeah, it makes this so much harder to hold on to. Profek's sneaky position has also been revealed, and they look to try and clear him from that spot. They're going to try and escape back out of there, and he will, but at the cost of 11. Probably not worth the trade. Nice flick at least onto Martin, but it was very quick.
It's a deep flash coming in from Yumpy. And it worked. Here we go. The Vision Strikers in play. Great flash, and Martin and Elite. They've picked up a double in mid. The TP up top was disastrous. And every member of BBL falls in record time.
Opportunities to actually thrive. He's started to really look like a threat to this BBL on their map choice.
Without a doubt. That outlaw. Oh, it's striking fear into the heart of Sociable. Light shields. And I think a couple of them might be in that same boat. And double barrel operator's a scary thing. Sociable takes it to short, but Sadik, well, he might be just as scary. He spotted him. Oh, Sociable! Oh. The barrel baited Martin into swinging wide, and he's got another! A double pickup of all the rounds to step up in. And now the A site feels weak. They start to rotate in that direction, leaving just Aves. He's had a tough game so far. He's got 4 kills, and that flash ain't helping him. What a shot by 11, and the B side has fallen. Unbelievable. Of all the rounds for BBL to not just win, but look phenomenal in, of course it would be this one.
But I'll be honest, even though obviously from his perspective he's blind, us being able to see through the blind, I still don't know where Levin killed him from, because it looked like he flew across the screen and then that was it. It was just like you were dead while he was dashing, so not sure about that one. This is always the issue though when you play up against BBL, is they can come in with strategy setups, decent ideas, but then you just look to someone like Sociable and go, yeah, there's just a chance he just kills everyone. Like this guy coming in now, I think 29 years of age, obviously was 28 when he joined the league at the beginning of the year, and yeah, I don't know where he's been. I don't know if he's been powering up the entire time, but he truly has some...
Oh, Martin's under pressure. Manages to make it into pizza, has backup. They're going to try to force the issue. Drone comes out, and a second player ready to swing in from Market as soon as contact is had. That is the downfall, almost using Martin as a bait. A worm on a hook, and hook, line, and sinker were BBL in that play.
Last player standing.
The mid-fight for Profek, a position he's been in plenty of times before, and the spam through the smoke enough to deal with them. That is one hell of a round from KC.
To be anybody else there, which if somebody is that deep in mid, I feel like you have to have that read. Aggressive response, and already Yumpy is down in the dirt. There isn't actually anybody else particularly close to trade that. I guess he was trying to maybe sell a ruse off the back of it. The spike's still down on the ground as well, so although they've taken back B control, they're not going to be able to get it there because the From the Shadows was used to get into that position in the first place.
Well, fully taken. It's going to be that B side.
Oh,
Magnum's lurk around mid, finds a lot of value, but he's trapped in the corner. He needs something to get out. He needs something to help him fight. Maybe not. He's done a ton of damage as well. Aves is on 33 HP. He wins the fight, but at what cost? The ult sent through to spawn, hoping to force another fight, but no one comes running. Everyone's towards Market. Now just a wraparound inside of main. And decent chance, but look at the HP. So low on both Elite and Sagetsu. But no one's looking at Sagetsu for now. He has a gap. He has the timing. He had at least Levin turned to face him just as he rounded that corner, realizing the timing, evidently a ticking clock in his head. And
doubts have to be cast into the mind of the KC players.
Yeah, of course. Valuable breakage early on. Good map control on the back, and maybe we'll see KC adjust with some aggression. Oh my goodness, Profek. He went crazy. He's just walked up and taken the fight there. They're toying with the idea of peeking, of checking if someone's there. And he just goes peekaboo around the corner. A clean pick as well, getting out relatively unscathed. And at this point, then you look at mid. Smoke goes down. Trap's not there, so players constantly worried about it or a gap to be exploited. And those players step up. They put the hunt through. They tell them that they're gearing up for a B hit, and that's the rotation coming in. Martine's now left alone. The drone actually comes in a little early before that rotation had fully bloomed. So Sadic's still going to be on site, but just a one-for-one trade. The op needs to step up, needs to be big. One and get out at a minimum. The Blade Storm popped, but there's no fight to be had. 4v3 post plant.
Oh, nice shock dart at least. Prophet will be tagged low. Make things a little bit more troublesome. Martine waiting for the door to be open and immediately takes the head off lever. Needs to clear the close corner. It is Magnum again. Just looking to hold the line. I said the Prophet always has a round. We've been waiting for it the entire game, and it looks like it came right at the end of it. A 3K to close things out, and definitely a little